gain measurement of given antenna. So I am using microstrip antenna. This is my basic setup. Microwave signal source or VCO. I am using 160 dB attenuator here at the output of microwave signal source. Then it is connected to transmitting antenna stand. Antenna is this one. It is connected through SMA cable, and after that this is receiving side. Receiving antenna turntable or stand, antenna stand. Then it is connected through cable to power meter. This is power meter. This is transmitting side, this is receiving side. At distance between two antenna, I have to calculate S greater than or equal to 2d square by lambda. D square is a broader dimension of antenna. I will show you. So before that, I have to find the resonating frequency of antenna. At which frequency antenna is working, I don't know. So I will scan from 1.9 to 3.36 gigahertz. My source is capable of from 1.9 gigahertz to 3.36 gigahertz output frequency. So I will scan the complete frequency where I get the maximum received power here in this power meter. I will tune this frequency. This is a frequency now. I will tune this and keep RF level maximum and modulation switch towards CW because I am using power meter, and don't worry about modulation frequency because when it is CW it will not work, and frequency have to vary and check, and voltage or frequency to display is frequency. Switch towards frequency. I am using 160 dB attenuator. So now I will show you at what frequency I am getting maximum power, that is resonating frequency of my dipole antenna. So now I am starting with 1.9 gigahertz frequency. So I have to observe power minus 38 dB. So I will increase this frequency. Just observe what happens. So power is going towards positive, minus 11, I am getting minus 10, minus 11, again it is increasing towards minus, increasing towards minus means power reducing. So I have to come back. It's already reached 2.6 gigahertz. I am coming back. Minus 10 also, I think minus 10, minus 11, minus 10. See, this is the highest, I think, maximum power. Again it is going to 11. So keep it here. At what frequency? 2.339 gigahertz. The frequency is 2.339 gigahertz and the maximum power minus 10 dB, 10.55. So my antenna is working at 2.339 gigahertz. This is my antenna resonating frequency. So now I am going to calculate a distance between Tx and Rx. So between transmitting antenna to receiving antenna. So that is S greater than or equal to 2d square by lambda. To find the lambda, we need a frequency C by F. So that's what we have to do first. Tuning, scanning the frequency for your antenna. At what frequency your antenna is resonating or working, operating frequency of your antenna, that is 2.339. I will find the lambda now. So now I have to calculate broader dimension of antenna. This is smaller, this is broader. So someone also take diagonally, that is broader. So no problem, you take anyone. It is 8.4 centimeters. It is 8.4 centimeters diagonally. So for that I calculated F is 2.339 gigahertz, resonating frequency of antenna, and S greater than or equal to 2d square by lambda. Lambda is nothing but C by F. So we find lambda 12.83 centimeters. Then S is calculated, that is greater than or equal to 10.9 centimeter. It is almost 11 centimeters. So at least you have to keep a distance of 11 centimeter between TX and RX. Means transmit this side a transmitter, that is a receiver. The minimum distance between TX and RX is 11 centimeter. You keep 12, 15, 20 centimeter or above anything up to your antenna able to receive the signal. You keep 1 meter, 2 meter, 5 meter, 10 meter, anything up to your receiver is capable to receive the signal. So minimum is 10.9 centimeters. Okay. So now I am using 50 centimeters between transmitting antenna to receiving antenna. From this end to this end, antenna edge to edge 50 centimeters I am using. So actually 10.9 is the minimum. I am using distance 50 centimeter. You have to calculate 4 readings for gain calculations, that is PR, PT, operating frequency, distance between TX and RX. These are the 4 readings. Here is the 4 readings, tabular column. PR, power measured at receiving end. PT, transmitting power. F, operating frequency 2.339 gigahertz. And S is the distance between TX and RX. That S we calculated 10.9 centimeters, but we keep 50 centimeters. We have to write here 50 centimeter only, not 10.9. S is 10.9, but practically what distance we are keeping between TX and RX, that we have to write here 50 centimeter, 2.339 gigahertz frequency. PRPT I will show you. I will measure and show you. Then gain calculation is very easy. Apply all the readings and formula. Gain is equal to 4 pi s by pi into square root of PR by PT. This is received power. This side transmitting, this side receiving antenna is there. So after transmitting, we have received this much power, minus 10.36 dB or 87.9 microwatts. There is a little bit fluctuation because we are not conducting this experiment in anechoic chamber. There are some reflections are there, some mobile signals, Wi-Fi, some interference is there. Due to that interference, there is some variation, fluctuations. So you take an average, no problem, 10.5539, some average, that is 87, 85, 83 we are getting. You take in between 85 microwatt, like that, because any human movement also it will take place. So on conducting experiments also, students should not come between TX and RX, handshaking, interference, don't do any noise, and also possible you turn off your mobiles also, better. So now we have that receiving power is minus 10 dB, 10.5 dB. And next, transmitting power, we have to connect this transmitting power to this power meter using one cable. Disconnect this cable, transmitting antenna, and this is receiving antenna. Disconnect this to one, connect one 1 meter cable. You have to keep spare 1 meter cable. See here it is 1 meter cable, SMA to SMA male. This is a male cable. So connect this to directly to source. What is the transmitting power? With attenuator, I am using one attenuator, you keep that, do not remove. And the transmitting power is, see, plus 14.32 and 27.040 milliwatts. See, here it is very less fluctuation because directly connected, there is no interference. If I connect through receiving antenna, antenna will receive some other interference signals, maybe some Wi-Fi signals, mobile signals, within the range of the antenna able to receive the frequencies, that interference will come. Now received power is plus 14.32 dBm or 27.040 milliwatts. There is no fluctuation, directly connected, no interference. When transmit and receive, there is a interference. Okay, this is your transmitting power. So transmitting power over, received power over, operating frequency already known, and also the distance between Tx and Rx. These four readings if you have, you are able to calculate gain. That's it, finished. I will show you calculations, then we will do radiation pattern. So I finished my calculations. See, this is S calculation already done. Now the gain calculation. D you have to note down 50 centimeters. Here is the D, PT, PR. Gain is equal to 4 pi D by lambda. This D is distance between Tx and Rx. Don't confuse. Here also one D is there. This is a broader dimension of antenna. This D is distance between Tx and Rx. Don't confuse. Both are in telling D only. When you note down power only directly, here we have two scales. One is dBm, one is power in watts. dBm, again you have to convert into milliwatts. If you note down directly milliwatts, you can directly insert that power, then directly calculate gain, then you have to 10 log it, 10 log, then I will get 4.45 dB gain. Simulation we are getting around 4 dB gain, 4.1 something for this antenna. In simulation we are getting almost all 4 only. It's very good result. Gain calculation is over. So next, radiation pattern. So we start radiation pattern experiment. Gain is finished. So in gain experiment, you have to keep both antennas are same, identical antennas. You have to use identical antennas and it should be in line of sight. Okay, I am forget to explain that part. So now we start radiation pattern. So before, this is a basic setup. Whatever you shown in the previous experiment, same VCO, one attenuator 6 dB, transmitting antenna and receiving antenna, then power meter, the same setup. Only we have to rotate receiving antenna. This is transmitting, this is receiving antenna, we have to rotate circularly, and then in another plane, this is H plane, we will have to take 90 degree left, 90 degree right, and then we have to rotate the antenna 90 degree, tilt the antenna 90 degree and take a E plane readings, H plane readings, E plane readings. We have to set 0 here. I will show you now how to set that. See, this marker should be at this 0. This side 360, that side it will start 10, 20, 30 like that. So when you are rotating this antenna, see, this is 10 degree. Okay, 20, 30, 40 like that, and the reverse also in another side, this is 350, 350, 340, 330, like that. Both the side I will show you 90 degree. It is in the line of sight. It should be like this, in the line of sight, both antennas, and this is set to 0. This side 360, that side 10 degree. It is in between. So see, it is in line of sight. Face to face antenna should be. For E plane, I have to rotate these two antennas like this. This is also in line of sight. E plane operation. So first I will do H plane, previous setup, to tilt this to, okay. It is in line of sight, 0 degree. For 0 degree, minus 11.48 dBm. So next I will rotate 10 degree and 10 degree, it is minus 11.07. So I will bring display to closer view. Next 20 degree, 11.7. Degree, 13.6. 40 degree, 14.8. 50 degree, 15.8. 60 degree, 17. 70 degree, 18.5. 80 degree, 20 dB, 21 dB, and 90, 22. Have to come back to original position, to 0. Come back to 0. It is again 11 only. Anti-clockwise means 360. For 360, it is minus 13. 340, 15.5. 350, 330 next. 330 degree, minus 14. 320 degree, minus 12. 310 degree, 11.6. 300, 12. 290 degree, 13.5. 280, 15 dB. 270 degree, 17.9. Come back to 0. This is in one plane. Now I will change. So I am rotating right side like this up to 90 and left side up to 90. So I have to note down the readings. I will show you. Now it is in E plane. Antennas are in E plane. I will show you antennas in E plane. Okay, just I am rotating receiving antenna. You just observe the display part. Line of sight 10.95 dB, 10 degree, minus 11.75. I will come back to line of sight. It is 10.95. Now I will come to 10 degree, 11.07, 11 dB. Okay. Next 20 degree, 11.7, 30 degree, 13.48, 40 degree, 17 dB, 50 degree, 21.8, 60 degree, 28.1 dB. Next 70 degree, 32.5, 70 after 80 degree now, 29.3 and 90 degree, almost all 30 dB. There is a minor fluctuation 1 dB plus or minus 1 dB or 2 dB because of we are not doing this in anechoic chamber. So some reflections are there. There is 1 dB is no problem. If there is a 10 dB 20 dB fluctuations are, then some problem is there, some mistakes. Now it is okay. So I will come to another side, come back to 0. So when I come back to 0 means line of sight, I will get the original, the 10.95 received power. This is nothing but received power. So I will rotate another side. Okay, 350. 350, it is 11.2. 340 degree, 12.5. 330 degree, 14.5. 320 degree, 18.7. 310 degree, 26.25.1. 1 dB fluctuation is there, and 300 degree, it is minus 32. 290, 33 dB, 33, 32, 33. Okay, how much? 310, 290, 280 now, 280 degree, it is 37 dB. It is saturated, almost all power is not receiving, almost all. Next is it is 270, 40, minus 40, minus 36, 37, 35. No, wrote down minus 35. 40 also it's showing. It's very fluctuation because the directivity of this antenna is very less. So we are not getting at 90 degree. We can keep it as a infinity. So now I come back to line of sight. So it is around 10.95 remains same. So now we have to plot a graph. I have taken E plane, H plane both readings. I will plot the graph and I will show it to you. Tabular column 0 to 90 degree, E plane, H plane. Again left side 0 to 90 or 360 to 270 actually. E plane, H plane. So after this you have to plot polar graph. This is your polar graph. So 0 to 90, 0 to 270. So I am already marked all the points, I already marked. So here it will start from around 10 and closed with 30. You leave it, these two is leave it, no problem. Up to 30 you take 10 to 30. So 10 to 30 means here 8 divisions, each division 2.5 degree. I am already marked each 2.5. It is 10, starting is not 0, it is 10, 12.5, 15, 17.5, 20, 22.5, 25, 27.5, 30. So 10 to 30 I marked. According to that, one I will explain you. Suppose 30 degree E plane. You take, I am showing for E plane. 30 degree, 13.48, 30 degree. This is angle. In this line, 30 degree line, I will show you 30 degree. One example, 30 degree, 13.5 dBm, 13 degree, 13.5 dB, 10 degree, 20 degree, 30 degree. This is 12.5 circle. Okay, so complete circle is 12.5. If it is 15 here, it is 15. So see, that is 15. That complete circle itself 15 dB. So according to that, 30 degrees 13.48, 10, 20, 30 degree 12.5, here 13.5. I will explain this also. At 40 degree 17, 40 degree 7 minus 17, 40 degree, here it will start from 10, 12.5, 15, 17.5 is here. 17 is little bit, it is almost or closer to this circle. 17 is little bit here. Okay, so like that you mark all the readings towards 90, towards 270. Then you join this line. See, from here the center you join this, attach this. Okay, this side also you draw all. See, this is your front lobe. You want to take a complete 360 degree, then you will get a back lobe also for dipole antenna. After this, you have to mark a 3 dB. Here actually my maximum reading is from this, not from this. My maximum reading is around 11 dB, 10.95, 10.11 dB only. This 11 to half power means minus 3 dB again, minus 3 dB, 11 dB, add 3, it is how much? My line of sight reading is 10.95, say 11 dB, you add half power 3 dB means 14 dB. You mark for a 14 dB, where here it is 15, little bit behind is 14 here. This is the circle. So that means here this circle, half power circle comes here like this. Three dB circle. See, I marked. Oh, sorry, this is 12.5. I have to mark here 14. Na? We are calculated 11 dB at line of sight. Half power means 3 dB minus 14. Sorry, it is here minus 14. Minus 14 dB I have to cross. Okay. So this is 15. This is minus 15, minus 14. This circle, complete circle, where this circle crossing your radiation pattern. This is we joined na. This is the point 1. This lobe, front lobe is joining this side here, this side here, this side here. Front lobe crossing, cross section, it will cross 3 dB power and your antenna radiation pattern. Then you join from a center to line like this, and another side also. This is a point, crossing point, you draw and find the angle of power beam width, HPBW. This is 30, 40, in between 34, maybe it is 34, 35 degree. This one 34 degree, and this side 10, 20, 30 degree only. This side 30, this side 34. Then what happens? 30 plus 34 degree, it is 64 degree. What is your H of power beam width of HPBW is 64 degree. Okay. Then you have to do the same for H plane. That means, see, 11 is there, 12, 13, 14 I am getting here. I am 14, I am getting at 40 degree approximately. Here is 11 in H plane, 11.3, 12.3, 13.3, 14.3. 14.3 is here. Something is getting is something, I don't know why it is 14. Around 30 degree, here 40 degree. So you have to find this through graph. Approximately I am taking 40, 30, 70. This is E plane and this is H plane. 40 plus 30, approximately 70 degree I am getting. So this is E plane, H plane I am getting, HPBW is 70 degree. So for directivity calculation I will explain you. I have to calculate D, theta E, theta H, 64 degree and 70 degree. So D is equal to directivity is equal to 32,400 divided by theta E into theta H. D is equal to 32,400 by theta E, theta H, 64 into 70, that is 7.2. 10 log 7.2 is 8.59 dB directivity for dipole antenna. Clear? Thank you. Please contact us for demo, quotations, service, projects, internship for students.